Welcome back to your pelvic floor and core strengthening series. We are in level 2 today. I'm going to be cueing you through your breath sequence, helping you to connect better with your pelvic floor and core muscles. And we're going to be building upon the principles that we did in level 1. So if you haven't checked out that video yet, I highly recommend starting there. For today, you're going to want to have a yoga block and a medium-ish dumbbell. I'm going to be using 10 pounds for reference, but choose a weight that feels helpful for you. Let's get started on our back. So here, I'm going to place the yoga block between my knees. You can also use a ball or a pillow if you don't have that handy. And I'm going to press my hands straight up towards the ceiling. So we're going to be doing a weighted lat pull, but this is really going to challenge not just our lats, but also our core as well. So I'm going to squeeze the block with about 50% effort, and then my feet are rooting into the floor, and I'm going to gently start to create a pull of my feet towards my head. This is activating my hamstrings, the back of my thighs, to help anchor my pelvis. I want you to maintain that pull with your hamstrings through the whole exercise. So from here, we're going to inhale as you slowly extend your arms straight back overhead, lengthening our lats here, and then exhale to pull with control back up towards the ceiling. So again, we inhale, keeping the arms long, elbows straight, reaching back as far as you can without your rib cage popping up off of the floor. Only move the arms as far as you can to keep that rib cage connected to the ground. Exhale to pull. Our hamstrings here are helping to keep your pelvis anchored, which is also putting your pelvis in a better position to be able to use and activate your lower abdominals. So keep that pull going as you are breathing. Inhaling here, thinking about that expansion throughout the entire torso and rib cage like we practiced in level 1. Exhale to start from your lower to middle and then the upper abs as you draw that weight back up towards the ceiling. Now we're going to transition into our single leg bridges. So move your block off to the side, but you're going to keep your weight handy. From here, I'm going to take my right hand. It's going to press into the inner edge of my right knee. And now my left leg is going to be my working leg. I'm going to inhale here, exhale to press up into my single leg bridge. Inhale to control my body back down to the mat. Again, I exhale to press, inhale to lower. Keep moving in this way as I point out a few things. As I exhale and press up, don't arch your spine, really push through your hip and through your foot into the floor. Also, keep that energy of your floating side, so my right hand and my right leg hugging into each other. That's going to really help your obliques activate and give you a better bang for your buck out of your working hip. This also helps your lower abs stay more activated along with your pelvic floor. One more on this side. Exhale to lift. Inhale to bring it back down. Now you're going to switch the weight into the other hand. And now my left hand and my left knee are going to press into each other and activate. Connect your right foot down into the floor, and then we're ready to go. Inhale to prepare, exhale to press up. Inhale to lower down. As you press up, keep thinking about that connection of your tripod of your foot, big toe, pinky toe to heel. I want you to press through the entire foot. That's going to give you better communication to your brain, which is then going to better activate the muscles around your hip and your pelvic floor. Other thing to note, my right knee, I want it pointing straight ahead over my big and second toe. Don't let it lean out to the side. Exhale to lift, pushing up just as high as you can keep that work in the back of your hip and hamstrings and core. If you're feeling it going into your back, you're likely lifting with your spine instead. So adjust the range to work your hip, and as you get stronger, you can lift higher over time. Now we're gonna switch and go into our single leg reach exercise. So from here, you're gonna start with both legs up into tabletop. You're gonna now take your left hand, press it onto the inside of your left knee. My right hand and my right leg are going to be my movers. So I'm gonna inhale here, exhale to reach, inhale to bring those limbs back to center. Again, I exhale to reach, inhale to return. Keep moving as I point out a few things. As you're moving your right limbs, keep your left arm and leg actively pressing into each other throughout the entire motion. Keep your spine long. Your neck and your low back should stay elongated versus arching as you move back and forth. And if you need to, keep your limbs up a little bit higher if you're having difficulty organizing your spine in that way. And as you get stronger, then you can lower it down for an added challenge. And bring it back in, and then switch to the other side. So now my right leg and hand are pressing into each other. I'm gonna exhale to reach, inhale to bring to center. Keep the back of your pelvis and your rib cage level and anchored into the floor underneath you, so that you're not tipping side to side and keeping centered throughout. Once again, check in that as you're exhaling, you're really thinking about the wrapping of your front hip bones towards center to really activate your lower abdominals, then your middle, then your upper. If we're just bracing with the upper abs of your rib cage, then we're not getting the full benefit of the exercise, and that's gonna make it harder for your pelvic floor to coordinate well with you. Great job. Exhale. And rest. Good. From here, we're gonna come onto our knees. You're gonna want your block and your weight for this one. So you're gonna place that block between your legs. I want you to be able to maintain about a 50% hug around that block. Your weight is gonna come right on top of your rib cage here, and it's gonna stay hugged towards you. We're gonna do our lean backs here. So you're gonna inhale to prepare, exhale, keep that hug around the block as you hinge from your knees, leaning back to challenge your core, and then inhaling to return. So we exhale. Notice I'm just leaning back as far as I can maintain that long position, kind of like a plank from my head, shoulders to my knees. Good. As you lean back, think about pressing your shins down into the floor to help further activate into your quads, hip flexors, and your core. They all work together. Exhale. Think about that belt buckle gliding up towards your nose as you lean back, keeping that core connection throughout. Last one. Exhale. Feel that zip from your pelvis to your rib cage. Inhale to return. For our last movement here, a block can go off to the side as well as your weight. We're gonna come into our bear plank with a leg reach. So we're gonna start in that tabletop position. You're gonna inhale to prepare, exhale to float your knees. Then you're gonna inhale again, exhale to tap one leg long, bring it back underneath you. Exhale to Tap the other leg, bring it back in underneath you, and then set your body back down. And repeat. So we inhale to prepare, exhale. Keep that spine long as you inhale again, exhale. Inhale to bring it back in, exhale. Inhale to bring it in and set the knees down. Keep moving in this way as I point out a few things. As you exhale and float up, as I move my left leg, I want you to really think about your left hand and your right foot rooting into the floor to connect your core to easily be able to float your leg out and in. The opposite is true when I move my other leg. So when my right leg goes, my right hand and my left foot are really that rooted anchoring system that helps me to stay stable. Think about that as you alternate. So one more time, inhale to prepare, exhale. Inhale to prepare, exhale, reach. Bring it back in, exhale, reach the other leg out. Really trying to minimize any tip or shift to the side. Stay midline throughout. So great job exploring this level 2 challenge of exercises. If any of these felt too difficult, I highly recommend going back to level 1, working a little bit more on those foundational pieces so that you can feel stronger in level 2. After you've done level 2 a few times and you're feeling ready for the next challenge, I hope that you check out level 3 in the next video.